Here I go again, operating camera and driving. As you can see, I'm not actually operating the camera, it's just holding it. Anyway, I'm on my last ride to my last 67 for at least 3 months. And it's pretty odd to think about it because I've been on it for, I don't know, maybe a year. Seems like forever, of course. And I'm going to be going to an 88, and you know what? I'm ready for a change. You know, I really enjoy the people on the 67, but sometimes you get too familiar with people, and once you now become friends, because I become friends with these people, you take their problems personally. You know, it's like you want to help them. Sometimes that's not a good thing. Sometimes it's better to be cold and just attached. Anyway, this is the end of the sign-up, and I'm going to be looking at that new law that's coming in. I got to go get a copy of that. I got to remember now. Maybe when I post this video, remind me to get a copy of that law and see what exactly the wording is about the cell phone law. Does it include audio? Is it like the TriMet regulation, which prevents not just cell phones, but any audio video device? It should be interesting to check that out. See how I'm going to get around that one. There's always a way to get around everything. Any written rule has holes in it, unless they want to write a code of federal regulations, you know. Professional bureaucrats spend their life trying to figure out ways to write every possible scenario into a codified regulation. And even they have holes in them. And these are professional bureaucrats. Whose whole life is spent writing these goddamn regulations. And there's a lot to be said for libertarianism. There really is. You know, there's something to be said for getting rid of government, and it's absolutely a valid concept. Well, here we are. We're sitting at our alternative layover for Rock Creek. Behind these people's houses here. Well, very anticlimactic ending to a 12-month, 9-month period of driving on the 67. And boy, there's nobody on this bus today. And there's no traffic. Very easy work day. Nice to have a day like this. And we were in the Beaverton Transit Center and talking to one of the fare inspectors, and interesting that there's a positive headline in the Tribune. Fare inspectors are fair. Yeah. You know, yeah, well, I don't know. Where the one little, it wasn't a headline, it was inside the paper, I guess. One little positive thing. And he brought up how the last time Tribune ran a story, it was highly negative about a fare inspector who wrote up a woman who couldn't buy a ticket because it was out of order, of course. And what the paper hadn't said was that the fare inspector gave her the option of buying the ticket when she got off, and she refused to do it. And the thing went to court, and she won the case, and I remember that case. Of course, neither of us knew what the fare inspector actually said to the judge. But they don't really provide adequate defense for themselves, you know. I provide a defense, albeit maybe it's somewhat hysterical, but when bus operators or even light rail operators now get into jams, you know, I'll get on the internet and make a defense. It's the best defense as I can say, because nobody else provides a defense for us. The fare inspectors, when all these controversies are going on, nobody really provides a defense for them. We never really hear both sides of the stories on the fare inspection problems. But, you know, it's the fact that the fare machines are so unreliable kind of overshadows any of the positive moves that fare inspectors make to negate the fact that the machines don't work. Really, the fact that those machines are not at 90% reliability does not add any credibility to the rest of the situation. Yeah, he made a point that when you try to use your credit card and it doesn't work, well, maybe the credit card was bad. And TriMet, apparently, when it scans for the credit card number and amount, it will scan for at least $25 in the account. And some people don't carry that amount of money, only $15 in their accounts or whatever, and so the cards are rejected by the ticket machines. So it's hard to know when you're using a debit card whether the fault is the card, either the magnetic strip isn't working or the there goes a 50. Now I just talked to dispatch about this, and they told me that the PCC gates are closed. I mean, there's people in there that just got on that bus, so I'm going to go run in there. They said, don't go in there. We're not supposed to go in there. Well, I better go in there because you never know. There could be somebody that wants this bus. Well, as you can see, the gates are open now. The situation was I came in here on my last trip, and I just like this. There's nobody really here, but it is open. And then I came back to Beaverton, and I talked to the 52 driver who said, no, you're not supposed to be going up there, and I'm not going up there. So then I called dispatch and asked them, am I supposed to be going into PCC or not? And the dispatch said, no, you're not supposed to go in there. It's closed. You can get locked in there or something. So I didn't go in there on this trip, or on the last trip, as a matter of fact. The last two trips I did not go in there. Now I'm sitting at that alternative layover, and here comes the 52 out of here, and it has 2 passengers on board. So, see, the gate is open. Now this is a major confusion for TriMet passengers, because if that gate is open, there are going to be people here. There's people don't know when the reroute's in effect. Okay, if the gate's open, they're going to assume the bus is going to come in here. Now, I don't know if I missed anybody on the last trip or not. I assume that the other 52 driver didn't come up here and would have left the people at Albertsons, and I didn't see anybody standing over there. It's a good example of the kind of confusion that goes on with these gate closed messages and these reroutes.